It all began simple enough. The hour of code crossed my Twitter feed, and on a whim I signed my class up. They loved it. I mean, seriously loved it. Their focus and attention to each little detail of the programming, how carefully they followed each step, each direction, and their perseverance in trying over and over until they got it, mind-boggling. Seriously, mind-boggling. I was so excited about this idea of teaching computer programming in class that I sought out some help in doing so. Beginning second semester, 2 of my former students and members of the Purple Protons robotics team from the middle school began coding lessons with my 4th graders. Once a week, the boys walked over and a little at a time taught my kids how to program using Scratch. In conjunction with Scratch, I also bought a MaKey MaKey, which is a neat little device that you can use to turn just about anything into a controller. This added another layer of challenge for the kids, which proved to be quite exciting. One of the best parts about carving out dedicated coding time is that when kids finished their work, Scratch became their go-to activity. Even better was how much the students supported each other in learning the process. They began learning to help each other on a whole new level. Coding was so engaging that 2 groups actually incorporated Scratch into their exhibition action projects, creating games related to their exhibition topic for others to play. As the class learned more about Scratch, the MaKey MaKey became more interesting. Learning how to tell the computer what to do, which involves rather complex steps, was made more fun when you got to use whatever you wanted to control it. Now the kids started creating games on Scratch that could be played using the MaKey MaKey as a controller. Because of the building interest in coding and the maker movement, I took a chance and submitted a grant proposal to the BHS Foundation. When Kathy and my principal paraded into my classroom with noisemakers to award me the grant, I was shocked and my students were thrilled. 4 more MaKey MaKeys and 4 shiny new Chromebooks further fueled our fascination with this delicious learning experience. By year's end, fueled daily by the teamwork, perseverance, dedication, determination, and enthusiasm of my students, Scratch became a whole new world for us. Watching the class tackle and complete challenges that, if they were on paper, would have shut them down immediately was thrilling. Hearing the questions the kids asked each other as they tried new things, created new programs, and pushed their thinking made me realize how important this experience was for them. But I'll let them tell you about that.
At first, when we were teaching the kids how to use the MaKey MaKey and Scratch, they were very confused and it was hard to teach them because they were asking so many questions that you could barely get the idea through. And then once they started to get the hang of it, you were able to teach them more advanced stuff. And then soon enough, they were teaching you stuff that you didn't even know.
It was really cool to see some of the students just jumped right on it, and they would go home and spend lots of time on their Scratch accounts.
Coding is fun because instead of playing video games, you're making video games.
I have learned how to code and make games that other people can play and enjoy playing.
It's early learning, so when you grow up, you can be a coder or something like that.
At the beginning of the year, if you'd asked me to make something like 3D laser tag or jetpack joyride on a site called Scratch that I didn't even know, I'd be like, what? But now, I've made it. I've literally made a laser tag and a jetpack joyride.
Scratch has opened up a whole new world for me. I am really into like the computer programming stuff, and I think I could go a long way with like trying out some new things.
Next year, I am excited to begin implementing coding class from day 1. The skills practiced and mastered through coding, including how to follow directions, the importance of taking one step at a time, the value of trial and error, and the perseverance in problem solving, are all skills that carry into so many other areas of school and life.
Oh, yay!